So when people ask me, how are you dealing with this problem, right? It must be really hard. How are you dealing with being an entrepreneur? And my response is quite original. My response is, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning. All right, so that's my original response when I'm asked this kind of questions. So I want to talk about AI, okay? And I wanted to warn entrepreneurs to be careful, to move with caution. And right now, there are a lot of AI applications out there in terms of videos, pictures, right? And you have to be careful because you have to understand how the market reacts. And if you do not understand how the market reacts, you may have a great idea, a great product, but the market is not ready for it. All right. So if you take the example of images, videos, uh, and sometimes the voice too, right? I observe it. I observe the reaction of people online, right? So I always observe people's reaction to see how they react to it. And in many cases, it's not a positive reaction. Okay. There is a sense of dismissal. Oh, this is just AI. Okay. And I know for a fact that the market is not ready for new inventions. We are not talking about ChatGPT, which has a different use case, right? Especially for research. And it's been adopted widely without any questions because it makes the user's work much easier. But the user, in terms of content consumption, right? Videos, uh, pictures, the user might not be ready for it because people are still attached to the notion of authenticity. Okay, they like things to be authentic. And one of the person that a user of mine asked me if the books on Soundbook Audio are real books, and he really asked me that question, and I responded, yes, these are real books. These are the classics that are available. And so his concern was he thought the books on my platforms are not real, right? Even though these are real books. So this is one example. And I'm going to give you an example in terms of the in terms of when there's a product but the market is not ready for it. About 10 years ago, I used to watch Shark Tank a lot, and I'm going to say Shark Tank has been instrumental in terms of going out and pursuing my own I mean adventures, right? So a user came up with the QR code. Okay, I think today everybody knows that, right? So he came up with an application where you just use your phone, the camera, and you scan it and you use the QR code. That was 10 years ago. And at the time, the investors on the Shark Tank did not respond well. I think some of them, they may have dismissed it. I believe he was asking for $1 million for investment, and they did not sign up for it. And so, and forward 10 years, you see QR code everywhere. Okay, everyone is using QR code. It's like, it's very simple, a method of sharing. I remember when I had a business, I was upset with the transactions fees from Square. So what I did was I created the link. I took the link for my Zelle account, and I created the QR code. So instead of paying me through, I would recommend to any business, if you are fed up with Square, the POS point of sale, that they charge you fees. So what I did was I print out the link on my QR code. Basically you take the link, and Google, the Google browser used to have a free QR code, so it gives you an option to just create a QR code for any link. And there are some companies right now you have to pay for it. I guess some websites are still free. So I print that and I put inside, the store. So when a customer comes, instead of using the POS, I just tell them to send the money to scan it, and they will be able to send me straight to my account. All right. So this is after 10 years. At the time, the product did not have any, the market did not believe it, right? It didn't really catch on. Even though that product has a value, it turns out it has quite an immense value, right? And today is this product, the QR code is, the scanning QR code is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And it's very efficient, So I'm just giving you the example to tell you that you can have a great product, but the problem is, the question is the market ready for it? If the market is not ready for it, you might be in for a surprise. So you have to take it into consideration. Right now, a lot of people are investing in AI. It's like it becomes like a a new trend, right? Speaking of AI, and I said, what, I'm going to take a seat back, because I know, I understand from my own perspective, even though there's a lot of hype, that the market is not ready for AI. It's interesting because sometimes a lot of products that are invested, they are not market fit. Okay. But for some reason, they have investment backed by a lot of investments. Okay. Even you are an investor, you need to also consider what I'm saying. You take it into account whether whether the market is ready for that product, not the other way around. Because what usually happens is a lot of some companies come up with a product, right, and they have a lot of funding. They put a lot of money behind it, and they try to convince, hey, use this product with marketing. And they want to convince you so that to use a product. Yeah, marketing is an option, but it will take a lot of resources to achieve that goal. So if you are a small entrepreneur, you have to be extremely careful in terms of how you use your funds, okay? Because you don't have enough funding. So you might be just an entrepreneur starting. So a lot of times people, they misuse or they misplace good investment, and unfortunately the company or the business will die, and you don't want to be in that kind of position. So move with caution, especially when it comes to AI. I'm not going to say you are not going to use it, because I use it myself for my company, right? So I'm not going to say don't use AI, but you want to use it with cautions. But in my particular case, my product is quite what do you call it? Because the product that the AI that I use, because I didn't have the tools that I was looking for, right? So I'm just gonna give you an example. I don't wanna give out all my secrets, right? It doesn't anyway. So I was looking in terms of what kind of tools are available to summarize ebook, right? To summarize a book. So I couldn't find that option before. I'm talking about before OpenAI came around, right? So that's 3 years before OpenAI or ChatGPT. Okay, and when I found that OpenAI is providing that that tool, I sign up for it, because it's solving, it's basically it's solving a problem that I was facing. I wanted to implement that feature into my product, and it has a purpose, I believe. Okay, so but I also use AI for audio, but I used to use a different audio. So when the first time I launched the product, when you're listening, it's more robotic, right? So it is a text to speech. Okay, it's like Siri, the old Siri is very robotic, and I did not like that at all. I didn't like the product. If something that I don't like it so I don't want to give that to my users. Okay, so something I have to like the product in order to offer it to the users. So I'm basically I'm the main user that approve it. Otherwise, it doesn't have any any value. Okay, so when I was using the first time I launched the company, right? I launched the product. The voice is robotic. Okay, a lot of developers, they understand text to speech, TTS, right? And Apple, they have tools, since voice voice synthesizer. They have those tools, but it is robotic. I did not like it at all. And then when OpenAI came, there are better options, more natural voice sounding. So I was happy to sign up for it, and I was able to use this AI. So when you're using the product right now, even though it's still it is an AI generated, but it's more clear, right? It's something that more it's not annoying whatsoever. The same way, for instance, when people use Echo, right? Echo, Echo, right? Amazon Echo, or it could be Alexa, right? So it's the same thing. So people are kind of familiarized with that voice, and I'm hoping that people, the market, will not shine away from that, and and I do not like. I don't want people creating content, like writing books in publishing them, but writing by AI and publishing them. I do not like that. The reason I don't like it is the market is not ready for that kind of content, and they think it lacks authenticity, right? So, and I want to make sure if I see that kind of content coming in, I will do everything I can to prevent it, because as long as the market is not ready, I will not accept that. Okay. So just to be cautious about AI, okay, in terms of video consumption, a lot of video coming in, a lot of images, right? I mean, realistic images is unbelievable, right? And when you scroll some of the videos on Facebook, I believe it might be, Facebook is just a shitty company. To be honest, this company is just, every time I'm on it, there's something, a psychological manipulation. So they manipulate the images, right? And you would be, have you guys seen the image where you have to squint your eye and they see Jesus all the time? Who do you think coming with that images? Maybe it could be a religious person, but most of the things, Facebook, they tested themselves. They will see the reaction of people. They have other accounts, they can test it. And sometimes in a very weird way, because what I see is a very strange way, like an animal entangled with a man, a zebra. It's very weird images that they are using. And I don't think, and my reaction was a negative one. I did not like it at all. And I suppose the market feels the same way. And I think that will, if you bombard the market with that kind of images, they are not ready for it. Okay. And you see a lot of images. So even you watch a video, right, and it has an AI, and you see the commentary. People are not, oh, this is just an AI. So there is a dismissal, feelings from a lot of users. So if you are an entrepreneur, I would tell you to move with caution and make sure the market is ready for your product, but not the other way around. Not the product is ready for the market, but you want to make sure that the market is ready for your product. It's really important. Okay, so these are my my few technology insights and the entrepreneurship and business. If you have a different perspective that I would like to hear, you can comment below.